Hey everyone, and welcome to today's video presentation. My name is Thomas and I'm from D1 Store, Australia's first and only DJI authorised retail store. Today's presentation is on the new RS2 or Ronin S2. We're going to be going through what you get in the package, what's in the box, as well as some of its intelligent features as well. So let's get into it and see what this gimbal can do. One of the first things you'll notice about the new RS2 is it's a lot lighter than its predecessor. That's because of its carbon fibre construction. It actually only weighs in at 1.3 kilos, which is substantially lighter than the original Ronin S, but it actually can carry a heavier payload. Up to 4.5 kilos now, which is a big improvement from the 3.6 you had on the original Ronin S. The fact that we have carbon fibre through its design is similar to that of the Ronin 2, and also that carbon fibre draws away from the original Ronin S, which had that metal on metal friction when you were balancing each of these axes. That carbon fibre makes moving these adjustments a lot smoother and you don't get as much kind of grip, which is really good if you're new to balancing this sort of gimbal. So one of the next things I'm going to talk about is the new NATO mounting system. So when you purchase the RS2, you do actually get this briefcase mode adapter just here, and that can go on like so. But more importantly, this NATO mounting system will allow you to put a large range of third-party mounts onto the RS2, as well as mount it to a large variety of third-party rigs, which is really cool. It just makes this really cool new gimbal incredibly versatile for lots of different kinds of setups. The next thing we're going to talk about is the 1.4-inch color touchscreen. So it's a similar screen to that you would see on the Osmo Pocket or even the Ronin S command unit. Now this touchscreen allows you to fine-tune and adjust your motor parameters and motor stiffness and other settings of the gimbal without needing to get your phone out. That was one of the things that was a little bit frustrating about the original Ronin S, was every time you wanted to fine-tune or tweak your motor parameters and those sorts of things, you had to get your phone out, you had to connect through the Ronin app through Bluetooth, and that's how you would be able to adjust those sorts of things. Now with this new 1.4-inch color touchscreen, you can easily adjust all of those and even get into your intelligent modes as well. It's a big improvement from DJI and it just makes using this gimbal a lot easier. The next improvement that I did notice was the new battery system. Now with the original Ronin S, if you wanted to charge the battery grip, you actually had to have it connected to the top part, which is the gimbal, because the charging point was up here. With the new RS2 battery, you can actually charge the battery off of the gimbal, which is a really good improvement. It just means you don't have to assemble this whole thing to charge the battery. And more importantly, if you're a production company or something like that and you have multiple batteries, it's going to be much easier for you to swap them in and out during a long shoot. Whilst the original Ronin S had very impressive stabilization, DJI have actually improved on that even further with a new mode called Super Smooth. This mode is incredibly handy if you have a camera with a lens of over 100mm. With lenses of this size, even the smallest movement can be very noticeable, but this new algorithm mitigates that issue. With the original series of Ronin S and Ronin SC, if you wanted to utilize their Active Track feature, you had to balance your phone on top of the camera. This made balancing quite cumbersome, and also there was quite a lot of latency between that video feed and the tracking movement of the gimbal. With the new Raven Eye module, there's a little bit that sits under here, which talks directly to our 1.4-inch LCD color screen. This means you can do Active Track without the use of your phone, which is really impressive. The Raven's Eye also allows you to transmit that same video feed to your mobile phone up to 100 meters away, and you can even use Force Mobile from that distance. One final addition which is really cool is our new One Touch portrait mode. I can very easily navigate on our touchscreen to a portrait mode, and then I'm automatically shooting in that orientation. This was something that used to require a whole lot of different mounting and different rig setups, which now you can do with the touch of one button. Personally, my favorite improvement would have to be the new location of the focus wheel. In the original series of Ronin S and Ronin SC, the focus wheel was located here. This means you would have to have two hands to operate the focus wheel and the trigger and the joystick. With the new RS2, the focus wheel is located just here, which means you can actually operate all three of those features from the one hand, which is a really good improvement in my opinion. The RS2 takes DJI's original series of Ronin S and improves it drastically. If you'd like to see if your camera and lens setup will work on this amazing new gimbal, please come in store. We have these available at all of our stores around Australia, and our product specialists can help you to balance this gimbal and show you some of its really cool features.